Yo, yo, yo. What is going on? Let me know if you can hear me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're live. I got to check the YouTubes and make sure we're live there. But it worked last time when I was testing it, so I think we're all good. Maybe some of you snuck a sneak peek while I was testing. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm going to go ahead and get a giveaway up. Give you a minute to hop in there, take a look around. Giveaway, first one is a Mike Piazza from 1995 Topps. This is one of the packs we have available tonight. Packs are up in the store. I've got NFL slabs up in the store. We'll be running the Tetrad. This is the big feature of the night. This is a multi-sport set. We'll try to start that around 7:45. I'm going to run some singles. Let me see if I can adjust this view. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hop in the giveaway. I do have a slab. I'm going to start at $1. It's Marshall Falk. This is from 95 Fleer Ultra. This is sending it out for grading. This is my first time doing grading with degree. I had never done graded cards before. It came back a 7. I think it's super clean. I love it. But it did come back a 7, so I'm going to do this one starting at $1, and we'll do that at 8:30. And if we don't have any buyers, we'll do the giveaway. I've got packs up in the store. If you're interested, I've got Topps. We've got some Upper Deck single series. I've got Leaf. We've got Stadium Club high number. I've got those Fleer Ultra 95 NFL if you're into that. And back here, I have a minor league Upper Deck. We got a bunch of those up available to rip. How's it going? How's it going? If you have a stream on here or on YouTube, I know my buddy Rance is in here from YouTube. Go ahead and drop your name in the chat where you want people to follow you. There's plenty of room for everybody to be successful on here. Because I'm on YouTube, I can't run music, but we can watch some TLC from 1995. Let me see if I can get that up here. Watch this. There we go. Change my view a little bit. Don't go chasing waterfalls. 95, baby. 95. That's right. That's what's up. Let me see. Hop in that giveaway. 2 minutes left on that. If you win the giveaway, you do end up with a discount on shipping because I eat the shipping on giveaways, and it'll take some shipping off your total if you do end up buying some singles or packs later on. So there's no reason not to hop in the giveaway. So be sure to do that. Get the Mike Piazza. We'll be giving away some other cards tonight. This is what I've got on the giveaway lineup. We've got a Trevor Hoffman. We've got a Craig Biggio. These are all from 1995. They're in pack fresh condition because I rip them on my YouTube channel. Manny Ramirez I call it the stripper glitter. This is from Score 95 Hitters Inc. Extreme Core Will Clark. We're going to do a Tom Glavine. This one I'm cheating a little bit because this is actually from, I think, 2001. But it's a 95 year on there. We got a Roberto Alomar Cyber Stats. Andy Pettit on deck. We'll give a bunch of these away. And if we have any cards that don't sell in the singles, we might consider adding those. we'll give a few minutes for some folks to get in here. We'll run a giveaway or two. I'll run some singles in a minute, and then we'll start that Tetrad. The way I'm going to do this, I'm going to run this one pack at a time, $5 start on the pack, and you'll enter that if you want to participate, and then we will rip that that pack. So if it is not purchased, I may save it and we'll run it again later, but we're going to start and just go through it one pack at a time. I've never ripped this, so I don't know what to expect. There's supposed to be, according to everything I've read, an autograph in every pack. So jump in the giveaway. If you're joining us on YouTube, welcome, and appreciate you hanging out. You can click the link there to jump over to Whatnot if you want to participate in the purchasing or in any of the giveaways. Yo, Rants, taking home the Mike Piazza. That'll be coming to you in the mail, sir. That's what's up. Everybody give Rants a follow. I think he is newer on the platform. He also has a YouTube, 2 balls are better than one. He's a big supporter on my channel. You'll see him commenting all the time on my channel. And we encourage each other and try to just keep this card community growing. I'm going to throw another giveaway up here. Hey, too many cards. Welcome in, buddy. How you doing? We're doing 1995 tonight. This is one of my favorite 1995 sets. This is from Leaf 95. I'll give away at Craig Biggio. I love these. These are so clean. If I was going to PC, yes, man, Rance is a big supporter. He will definitely support back. I can vouch for that. I don't know where he finds the time. My man gets up at like 4 in the morning and he's commenting on stuff. he definitely is a grind kind of guy on YouTube for sure. All right, so this is gonna be our next giveaway. We're gonna do Craig Biggio. I got a couple of these in the giveaways tonight, and then I've got a real special one in the dollar section. We're gonna run those sudden death starting at $1 here in a minute. We'll give folks a minute to come in. Give Too Many Cards a follow if you haven't already. He does same thing here. He does rips packs. He's got a pack room like I've never seen. How many packs? I don't know how many brands you got, but the dude's entire wall, 3,500 boxes, dude. It amazes me every time I see him running. If you are trying to find something from the junk wax era and beyond, my dude has got it. Almost guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. All right, I'm getting up the chat on the YouTube side just so I can follow along. Let me put up that other giveaway on the Whatnot side. This is my first time doing a dual stream, so bear with me, please. Bear with me. All right, here's that giveaway for the Craig Biggio. Right here, this is the one we're giving away now. Jump on that. Too Many Cards does live rips on his shows. I love jumping in there. He's got some cool stuff. All right. To my folks on YouTube, here we go. If you're on YouTube tonight and you're watching live, it's just watching. If you want to participate in the giveaways, I'm making a comment on here. In the giveaways or in the sales, you got to be on Whatnot. So you have to join up. Now, if you're joining up, Whatnot will give you $15 in credit if you use my code there. I have a link on the screen. Thanks for watching. Now, I know there's a slight delay on YouTube, so if I don't respond to you right away, it's because there's a delay. It's coming. Magali, welcome in. Hop in the giveaway. We'll start running some singles here. I'm going to do some sudden death singles starting at a buck, and we've got some bigger name players from '95. These are the ones we're going to do. We'll do them at dollar starts if you want them. Albert Bell. We got Will Clark, Tom Glavine, got Dave Winfield, Juan Gon, Barry Larkin, Manny Ramirez, Pudge, Piazza, Tony Gwynn, Kirby Puckett. We got Cal Ripken Jr. This is the one I was talking about. We got a Ricky Henderson coming. We'll do that one. I got a A-Rod rookie, and then we'll finish it up with a couple of Griffies. I'll do a 2-for-1 on the Griffies. If you're on the YouTube side and you want to participate in any of those purchases, you'll have to be on the Whatnot platform. Hop in the giveaway. If you're on the Whatnot side and you're coming in, Zekator, welcome in. Mega, welcome in. I know some of my other friends are running breaks or about to run breaks tonight, so they may be stopping in later. Pat Daddy, welcome in. Appreciate you joining. We're doing a 1995 party tonight. We got TLC up in the background. Coolio might show up. Montel Jordan. You never know who's going to pop up there. Mariah Carey. Right? Dude, I was 12 years old, man. I watched this thing on repeat. I'd always be trying to catch this on MTV. My little 12-year-old country boy mind didn't know what to do with TLC. That's what's up. Hey, if you're on the YouTube side, feel free to jump in on Whatnot. If you just want to watch, you can watch right here on YouTube. But if you want to participate, you'll have to be on the Whatnot side. All right. About a minute left on that giveaway for the Craig Biggio. Hop in there if you haven't already. This is weird doing two streams at once. Man, too many cards. I don't know how you do it, brother. You've been practicing longer than me, but this is I got all kinds of stuff going on here. Got to get used to it. Hey, Zekator, welcome in. Zeke, maybe it's Zekator. I don't know. That's what's up. Yep, we got to get 10 seconds left on that giveaway. Hop in if you're not in already. This is for the Craig Biggio from 95 Leaf. These are gorgeous cards. And we'll start running some singles here. I'm going to do 20-second singles. Here we go. Man, Rant's taking another one. I'm going to have to try to find you some Cubbies or Cardinals. I don't know if I have any in the stack tonight. All right. I'm going to put the giveaway away for a second. Up in the store, just before we run some of these singles. Up in the store, you can purchase these directly. And what I do is rip it or ship it. So the way it works, if you're new here, the packs are up in the store. You can click down on the profile picture for my shop. It'll take you to everything that's up in the store. So you'll see these, and you'll see any auctions that I have set up for tonight. So like you'll see this, which we'll try to do at 8:30. I'll start it at $1. You'll see this in there. You can pre-bid on that if you want, but we're gonna run all the packs starting at $5 for the Tetrad. It's supposed to have an auto in every pack. One of the things you will see up there in my store are these fine lunch boxes. These are from 2024 Topps Archives. I have a bunch of these left. I've got like 4 or 5 Cal Ripkens. I put them down at $10. I take my Cal Ripken to lunch every day, like a big kid, and have fun doing it. But I got Ernie Banks in there from the Cubbies, and I've got one Ronald Acuna left. So, all right. Hey Matt, welcome in. All right. Yeah, Zeke. I see you on the YouTube side too there. Awesome. All right, just want to make sure everybody knows the lay of the land. We probably got some new folks in. Maybe you haven't been in here with me before. Just want to make sure you know how it all works before we get going. All right. I'm going to leave this back here. Check the store. So you'll see I'm going to run some auctions here. These will be dollar starts on these. You have 20 seconds. It's sudden death, so you can bid down to the last second and snipe it from anybody else that's interested. If nobody else is interested, we'll move on to the next card. So that's how that works. It's no big deal. There is no pressure ever to buy here. I want you to be happy with what you get. And let me see here. All right, let me get this up. We're going to go down to 20 seconds. We need sudden death. Sudden death singles just means that you are going to be, you can bid down to the last second. There's no time for counter bids. All right, so if you're into it, you're into it. So we'll start with the 95 Topps Albert Bell. And that one's live at $1. We'll let that run. If anybody wants it, you bid on that. If not, we'll move on to the next one. Anybody in on Albert Bell, live at $1? All right, nobody in on Albert. Let's go with Will Clark. This is out of Stadium Club. This is the Extreme Core. This is out of the high number Stadium Clubs. We got packs of these in the store. I'm going to run a couple of players here. And let's go. Live at $1 for Will Clark. Anybody into that? If you're on the YouTube side and you want to purchase, you are going to have to jump over to Whatnot. Yep, if you're on the YouTube side, you'll have to jump over to Whatnot. Right. That's my alarm for getting ready to start. We're going to run a couple more singles here, give folks time to come in. We got Tom Glavine. This one's out of 95 Donruss. These are gorgeous cards as well. They do the picture-in-picture. You got little Tom down here, big Tom up here. These are all packed fresh, just ripped on the YouTube channel. Anybody into Tom Glavine? All right. Nobody into Tom Glavine. That's all right. We got Boys to Men back there down on bended knee. There's Dave Winfield at a Stadium Club. He is bunting. Dave Winfield is a freak athlete. He got drafted in, I think, 3 or 4 sports. So he was very gifted. And one thing I would not want him to do is bunt. I'd want him swinging, baby. Let's get Dave Winfield up here. He's live if you want him. I love this card. Yes, sir, man. 95 Coolio TLC Mariah Carey. That was the top of the charts, baby. And then Boys to Men. I got Griffey at the end there. We'll get to him for sure. Let's get this one's Juan Gonzalez. This is from Donruss. Everything's 95 tonight, so I'm just going to skip saying 95. But this one's from 95. I just pulled this. Sudden death, 20 seconds for a buck for Wangan. Anybody on Juan Gonzalez live at a buck? Hey, Judd, welcome in. If you're watching on the YouTube side, you got to jump over to Whatnot to bid. If you just want to watch, that's cool. Check it out. We'll be ripping some stuff here tonight. Nobody on Wangan. We got Barry Larkin on the Extreme Core. This is at a Top Stadium Club. Live at a buck, 20 seconds. Kiki, welcome in. We're doing 1995 party tonight. Everything is from 95. Or has a connection to 95. 95 is coming back after the strike-shortened 94 season. All your favorite players, your Junk Wax era stars, some rookies of the modern era. We're starting right around this time. Manny Ramirez will be up next out of Donruss. Look at that look, man. Look at him staring that guy down. For a buck. This could be yours. You could put Manny up on your wall, and he could stare you down. Dude, Manny and Albert Bell were two guys I'd never want to see in a batter's box if I was a pitcher. 5 seconds left on Manny if you want him. All right. Nobody for Manny. That's all right. We'll run him again later. Hang out. All right. We got Pudge wearing his sunglasses under his catcher's mask. He was too cool for school. There's Pudge. Three, two, one. All right. Nobody on Pudge. How about the other one? Piazza. Anybody on Piazza? Rance got himself one in the giveaway earlier. We're going to run one here for a buck if you want it. Mike Piazza, live down below. All right. Nobody in on Piazza. Man, all right. Tony Gwynn is up. He's from Tops. Tony Gwynn, one of the best hitters of all time. The stuff that Jacob Wilson is doing this season, Tony Gwynn did like every season. So, Tony Gwynn, live at a buck. I feel joy, I feel pain, but it's still the same. I have these songs playing in the background. I wish I could play them live. Dogs, welcome in. Koi cards, welcome in. 1 second left on Tony. Hey man, I got stuff coming. I've always got stuff coming. I got another football video probably coming up tomorrow, Rance. I did Top Signature Series. JGB cards, welcome in. We're doing a 1995 party. We got singles, we got slabs, we got packs, we got a little bit of everything. Hey, Rance, at least I can at least hit a tune in a bucket, but I'm not quitting my day job. Kirby Puckett from Tops, live at a buck. I love Kirby. I shout every time I get a Kirby card. He was so happy, man. He knew he was playing a kid's game, and he's always having fun. Just love, his smile, dude. It always cheered me up as a kid when I got a Kirby Puckett card. All right. Here's one of my favorite players. If you watch me on the channel, you know I'm an Orioles fan. Cal Ripken from 1995. At a buck. 20 seconds. Hey, Greg, welcome in. Condor, welcome in. If you're watching on the YouTube side, you can hang out and just watch over there. If you want to participate in the giveaways or buying any of the cards, you will have to jump over to Whatnot to do that. All right, maybe some of you have been waiting on this one. Ricky Henderson. Dude, I love this card. I don't even want to sell it, but I have more than one, so I'm gonna keep one. But I wanted to put one up tonight just because with his passing, it's just a gorgeous card. I would slab this up in an SGC. That's what I might do with mine that I'm keeping. But you can have one that's packed fresh. Just ripped it on the channel, and you can have it for $1. And you got 10 seconds. Jose Toscano, welcome in. Ricky live at $1. All right. All right, here we go. We got an A-Rod Gold Leaf rookie. This is out of Leaf. Live at $1. For the A-Rod rookie, live at $1. All right. Hey, Rant's taking it last second. Thank you for your purchase. First purchase. It combines it, dude. So basically it'll total everything up. I max everything out at $8. So the most you'll pay, doesn't matter how much you get, is $8 because that's what I max you out at. And then if anything's over that, I cover the rest. So on combining, you'll see that shipping on packs is a little more because I can't ship that in a flat envelope. That has to go in a bubble mailer just to protect it. So that shipping is a little more. If you're buying singles, I can ship that in an envelope, so it should be cheaper. But Whatnot platform will combine everything at the end, and the max you'll pay on shipping is $8. Even if you get this dude here, you can have some armor, and I'll put all your cards in it, and it's even got the foam already in there. I'll put the cards in it and I'll ship it like that. But the most you'll pay is $8. D-Rob, welcome in. All right, I'm running these 2 for $1. This is Ken Griffey Jr. These are out of Collector's Choice. So this one is the best of the 90s Griffey. And this is Home Run Champ. All right, so we got 2 Griffies for $1 start. So, Rand said, "Hey man, look, I even got a cubby. I got an Ernie Banks, bro." No, the lunch boxes are cool, dude. I love it. I do. I take mine because it's perfect size. I'm trying to watch my figure, and so I can pack a little protein shake and a couple little snacks in there, and I'm good for my day. Try to watch my portion sizes, if you know what I mean. All right, let's run this Griffey, and then we'll rip the Tetrad. All right, here's the Griffey. 20 seconds. This is sudden death, so you can bid up down to the last second. There we go. Griffies are live at $1 down below. Rance is in on it. Oregon State Beavers, welcome in. We got 2 for $1 Griffies, live at $1 down below. All right, Rance taking the Griffies home. Look, I will say, if you're new to the app, just try to get in with some good folks. I will highly recommend some folks on here. Too Many Cards, who was in here earlier. Cardboard Goodies is another guy that does junk wax on here. Mark, he's a good dude. And then if you're into breaks, hey buddy, well, yeah, if I give too many cards a follow, he does great shows, packs, and he's just got an amazing looking card room. Give him a follow, and always try to hype up everybody that I connect with that are good folks and treat me well. And there's plenty of room for all of us to be successful on here. It's just about the hobby. I'm not doing any of this for money. This is just covering hobby costs for me. If you look, I've got slabs up in the store basically at cost. $10 for a graded slab. We're going to start one at $1 at 8:30. That'll be the Marshall Falk. But right now it's rip time on the Tetrad. Dude, Rance, I appreciate it. There's some folks who'll be probably jumping in here a little bit later. I got a couple of friends who are breaking tonight, and they are just good folks. I break with them all the time in their shows, and they're more on the breaking side of things. They'll do modern stuff and some singles, and break some modern products. But if you need recommendations for people to check out, my recommendation here on Whatnot, if you're just getting started, just watch a lot. Remember to watch your shipping, and just kind of keep that in mind as you're getting used to the app. Know your prices, know your comps, and you'll be fine. But if you need some direction for some good folks to start with, I will happily give you some recommendations. Just shoot me a message. Nasinovich, welcome in, buddy. There's another guy you could go check out. He does good shows, breaks. I got connected to him through Stank Cards. Another buddy of mine here that's an Orioles fan. All right, so the way this is going to work, I'm going to unpin this one. If you are on the YouTube side and you're watching us, we're going to rip this. This is 95. This is Tetrad. I had never heard of this. I saw it in a local card shop here in my town. They get junk wax in from time to time. It's more of a memorabilia store than a card store, but they get boxes in all the time. So they sell new stuff, but they also get junk wax stuff. And being into the junk wax era stuff, I was like, I saw this logo. I was like, saw these color patterns. I was like, dude, that looks like my 90 starter jacket. It looks like my Charlotte Hornets starter jacket. That's like the 90s colors, man. Like a solo cup. You know what I'm saying? Yes, give Nasinovich a follow, please. He's a good dude. And I was looking like at least one autographed card in every pack. Obviously the redemptions are not going to be good anymore. So they had like points you could get for redemptions, but there were specific sets that you could mail in for that had like all the number one draft picks. Now that's obviously not going to be good in this. But some of the autos were pretty big names. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Dennis Rodman, Bob Griese. If you look up in the store, there's a full list of names. There's some really good ones in here. Yes, sir. Rance, you and I are just brothers from a different mother, man. Like, I swear we have a lot of crossover in our history. I need to travel up that way and have a coffee with you or something. All right. Tetrad signature rookie. So if you're up in the show notes, we're gonna start ripping this in a minute. Tetrad signature rookies. What I'm gonna do, I'm basically gonna hold up a pack and I'm gonna run it for $5. And if somebody wants it, they bid. If you don't want it, I'm gonna rip it for myself. And that's just how it's gonna go. I'm gonna go through the whole box, and I want to make sure everybody has a chance to bid on a pack if they want. So before it gets ripped, I will give you a chance to buy it. And I think that's probably the best way to do it, because there's stuff that I want to rip. I want to see it, but I want to give you a chance if you want it. That's how I'm going to run it. This is my first time doing this kind of show. I've been doing some breaks. I'm probably getting away from that. I just don't have the time to do it and do it well. I also don't have the funds to put out like way in advance to get product in here fast enough to be promoting the next show. So like, it's probably not my thing. So I may get into it later as my life and schedule allows. But I got a kid who's in high school, going to be looking at colleges and stuff, and I'm working full time. My wife's working full time. We just don't have time. So, I'm going to do shows like this. I'll do them as frequently as my time allows. Oh man, we got Montel Jordan in the background there. This is how we do it. That's my jam. All right, so there should be 18 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There should be an autograph in every pack. That is what everything I have read online about this says. I have never ripped it, but that is what everything says. Some of the autos you can get for MLB: Darren Erstad, Dimitri Young, Kerry Wood, Todd Walker, Torii Hunter, Todd Helton, Roy Halladay, Manny Ramirez, Derek Jeter, A-Rod. Some of the NBA potential autographs: Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace, Jerry Stackhouse, Kareem, Dennis Rodman, Joe Smith, who was a Maryland grad, who was the top draft pick that year. NFL potential autographs: Tony Boselli, Kajana Carter, Michael Westbrook, Steve McNair, who played for my Ravens for a little while, Kerry Collins, Joey Galloway, and Bob Griese. NHL: Martin Brodeur, Jaromir Jagr are the big names there. Some other big names that you would recognize outside of the four major sports: Roberto Duran and Katarina Witt are big names. If you need to see that list, it is in the show notes. So just click on that. All right. Yes, sir. Montel up there. Ever since he was a lowercase G. But now I'm a big G. All right. Here we go. Tetrad signature rookies. I'm going to start this auction. And these are not... I'm not going to do these sudden death. I am going to give you a chance to counter bid if you want. You'll have 3 seconds to counter bid. They are starting at $5 because there is an auto in each pack. And if nobody wins the auction, I'm going to go ahead and open the pack anyway, and that'll just stay in my PC. But that's all right. All right, so here we go. We'll have 20-second auction, 3-second counter bids if you want. And first pack, man. We're live down below. Rance is pre-bid. He wants in. He wants to see what's in the Tetrad. Not sure what autograph you're hunting there, bud. What are you looking for? All right, Rance taking it home. All right, buddy. So this is because it is a sealed pack, I have to say rip or ship. And I need you to type it in if you want me to rip it or ship it sealed. And I just have to have that in the chat for whatnot. Otherwise. All right. Well, everything will ship. Here, I'll put it this way. Everything will ship. You can rip it yourself, which is ship, or I can rip it here in front of everybody, and we can all enjoy it. So if you rip, then I'm going to rip it here live, and we can all see it. If we ship, you're going to get it sealed, and I'll just send it to you. How do you want it, my friend? You good with ship, or do you want me to rip it? All right, man. You want this one for the channel? I'll take it for the channel. We'll send it to you. So we will never know. Unless you subscribe to Rance on his YouTube channel. 2 balls are better than 1. He does awesome videos with his son. And, I appreciate him because he's always supporting other people. He does a Support Someone Sunday. He's shouting out small YouTubers. He's just helping the community grow. I just really appreciate him. So give him a follow over on YouTube too. All right. Let's do another pack then. All right. Next pack is up. Yeah, jump in his giveaway. He just hit 400 subscribers, right, buddy? Over there on YouTube. All right, I'm right behind you, man. I just crossed 300 a couple weeks ago, and I'm trying to do plan a celebration show, but the way things are moving, dude, I might hit 400 before I get to do the show. All right, here's the second pack of Tetrad, $5. Rance wants in on this one. What I'm trying to do for one of my next shows, I'm going to do an all Orioles show. Rance taking this one down. Are we ripping or shipping this one? We're going to rip this one. All right, Bell. And I will, if we get big name stuff, I will sleeve and top load the things for you. So you'll get it already sleeved and top loaded. And these are difficult to open. Don't be nervous. I'm a professional. All right, here we go. USMC, what is up? Hey, buddy. I've been taking it easy, man. I'm busy with family and busy with, I don't want to say personal stuff, but just trying to take care of business. You know what I'm saying? Just, family stuff, making sure I'm good, being a good dad. End of school year, been really busy. So just taking it easy for a couple weeks. Everybody give USMC a follow. He does breaks at great prices. He's doing modern stuff, and he's a good dude. And I've met him in some other breaks and started following him and sat in on some of his, and he's made purchases in mine. And good dude there. Yeah, he's got a break tonight for Bowman Blasters. So if you're into new stuff, there were a couple teams left when I checked before I hopped on. So hop into his Bowman Blaster break if you're into that. There were still a couple of good teams left. All right, let's see what Rance has got here. Checklist. Now, I will tell you, Rance, these are listed on eBay and people buy them. I've seen undersold listings, so don't get rid of your checklist. So information card. This tells you how to play this game they had. That was the redemption thing. We're not gonna have that. All right. So here we go on the baseball side. Dimitri Young. He was one of the bigger names on the baseball side. That's sweet. Brian Boucher. I'm not familiar with him. They're not bricked. They're just a little stuck, but they are not bricked. Everything's coming off clean. Dante Powell on the baseball side. Michael Finley for basketball. And Jarrett Wright. All right, so this is a senior force. This is one of 6,000. So this is one of the numbered ones. So I'm looking here, and if this is not the case, hang on. If we're not going to actually have an auto in each pack, then I'm going to discount the price on this because that's not the same. But I did not see an actual auto. If we're not going to get an auto in each pack, then I'm not going to price them that way. Even because they're junk wax. I mean, there's still big names in there, potentially. And I don't see it. And this is Michael Finley. So it does not look like there's an actual auto in each pack. This one is the one that is the numbered. This is one of 6,000. So Jarrett Wright is the name you got there. You can rip one on your channel, buddy. Let me know what you end up getting. I'll be watching anyway. All right, so I wonder if that takes place to the auto in that pack. Like I said, I don't know. I'm gonna maybe open up one for myself, and we'll see what happens on that. Yeah, you make the call on at least one autographed card in every pack. I don't know. I'm gonna rip one for me. Yeah, the checklists are fun, dude. All right, so information card, bringing out the chain. All right, so we got another one of the big baseball names. Darren Erstad there on the back. All right, so Kurt Thomas, Radek Dvorak. I'm not familiar with him. Derek Wallace. These are pretty cool cards. I like the concept though. Like they're just, yeah, they're different. They're good. I like them. Reggie Taylor on the baseball side. And B1 Bomber. So this is one of 30,000. So this is a Darren Erstad. That was one of the other names that was big on the checklist for the baseball side of things. All right. Rance, I'm going to send these to you too, buddy, because I don't, I was going off what's on the packaging, and maybe what they're saying is that, you use the points to get the autograph you want on the mail-in. I don't know. I don't know what is going on. But my understanding was there's an auto in every box, or in every pack, and that, so, and this is kind of like the information card, so that kind of explains how the point system works. So maybe that was it. I don't know. And if that's how it's going to be, I'm going to reduce the price, and we'll do these at $2 a piece because I don't want to charge $5 for something that's not there. Yeah, man, I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and adjust that now, actually, because I'm going to call these $2, and we'll see what we end up with. No, there is nothing hazardous. Like I said, I had not ripped these before, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me. If anybody else is into it, we'll do them at $2 from here on out. Just because we're seeing that it is not as advertised, so it does not look like there's an autograph in every pack. Even though that's whatever, and multiple websites said it too, which is weird. So it's odd that it would not be that way. So I apologize, but I am gonna try to make it right. I'll send you that pack that I just opened up, so you'll get you'll get the B1 Bomber as well of Darren Erstad. That's a 1 out of 30,000, and then I'll send you the rest of the cards that were in the second pack that I ripped there, and then you'll still get your one that you can rip for the channel. All right, so from here on out, I'm gonna run these at $2 if anybody wants them. I am gonna rip through the whole box just because I want to see them. I want to see if we get any big names. So if you're into it for $2, I'm gonna take the time down to like 15 seconds, just because, and we're live down below. Rance says, "I'll take a shot for $2, man. I want that Dennis Rodman autograph." Dude, there are a lot of names on this that would be super cool to have. All right, Rance takes that one. You want me to rip or ship this one, buddy? All right, let's rip it. And this is not ripping easily. So people get nervous when I whip the scissors out, but honestly, it's a lot faster sometimes. I don't get nervous. I've been handling scissors for a long time. We're good. All right, so we're gonna get rid of. I call this the propaganda. We'll get rid of the propaganda. Darren Erstad was a beast apparently, because he was also on a football card there. All right, these are not, like I said, not bricked. They're just a little sticky, but they're not bricked. It is not damaging the card at all. Always got to worry about that with the photo finish. All right, this is Bob Sura. If you're watching over on the YouTube channel and you want to purchase, just got to jump over onto Whatnot. to make purchases. Otherwise, you keep watching on YouTube. You can put stuff in the chat if you want on the YouTube side. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. I don't want to ignore you. Bob Sura, Corliss Williamson, Ben Grieve. He was actually a good pitcher. He was a pretty highly touted prospect when he came up. Brent Berry from Oregon State. And there's the Darren Erstad B1 Bomber, 1 of 30,000. And if you look on the back, it's actually got, he was at least a two-sport athlete. He's on his football uniform on the back there. I'm going to sleeve that one up too. Rosie, welcome in. Welcome in. Hang out with me for another 10 minutes until USMC starts his Bowman show. We're ripping some junk wax. We're going through the Tetrad right now. I'm running them at $2. If anybody's into it, you can bid. That's what's up. There is not an autograph in every pack we discovered, so I reduced the price on these. All right, nobody in on that one. This one's for my PC then. Hey, that one ripped. That was wild. That was the easiest one yet. Get rid of the propaganda. It looks like there's a Darren Erstad in every pack, at least the last three. Oh, Damon Stoudemire. There we go. There's a name. Eric Williams. I'm kind of hoping for a Joe Smith. Benji Gill. He was a decent player. Corey Alexander. And we got our Darren Erstad B1 Bomber, 1 of 30,000. Now, these are, 30,000. If you look, there's different photos on the B1 Bomber cards. So there were 30,000 of each photo, if that makes sense. So these are different, all different photos, and there were 30,000 of each photo. Now 30,000 back in the junk wax days, that was a rare card. All the other cards were more like 300,000. Cardman 33, welcome in. We're ripping some 1995 stuff tonight. All right. Let's run another Tetrad pack. These are running at $2 a piece if you want to get in on it. Have potential autographs from Derek Jeter, A-Rod, Manny Ramirez, Roberto Duran, Dennis Rodman, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Nobody wants this one. I'm ripping it for the YouTubers so they get to see some fun cards get opened. All right, we'll get rid of the propaganda. Oh, look at that. You saw that name on the back, didn't you? All right, Mike Mamola. Dmitry Nabokov. He played for a little bit, a couple seasons in the NHL. There's Torii Hunter. I like that a lot. Randolph Childress. Basketball. My autofocus is trying to focus on Bon Jovi back there. And Manny Ramirez, 1 of 6,000. Nice on the senior or SR Force. Signature rookie is what SR stands for. I want to say senior force, but that is not what it stands for. That's kind of cool. I like the Manny Ramirez. Sweet. Hey Shay, welcome in. Who dat? Welcome in. Tetrad, another pack. We're going to go through this whole box, and then we'll move on to other packs and slabs, and we'll do giveaways again. And I've got some other dollar singles we'll run again. See if anybody's into them. 1995 theme tonight. Running Tetrad. 2 box down below if you want to get in on this. Multi-sport set with lots of potential autographs. We have not seen one yet. We would have a lot of points in the redemption program. Nobody in on that. That's all right. I will take care of it myself. I've got no problem ripping it for you to see it. And then maybe you want to get in on a future pack. Got a Manny Ramirez out of 6,000 in the last. Get rid of our... We got another Darren Erstad. All right, Kevin Carter from the Florida Gators. Sherelle Ford. All right, we got Todd Walker. It's not bad. Theo Ratliff. I think everybody knows that name. He was big enough to know back in the day. And we got another B1 bomber of Darren Erstad. This might be a repeat of that first one. I think the batting photo is the same. All right. If anybody wants to get in on these, we're just going to keep running them until we do this whole box. $2 live down below. Next pack is up. $2 on the Tetrad. We'll rip it or ship it. All right. I miss music videos. I would come home from school, and before my parents get home, I was a latchkey kid. I'd turn on the MTV and do my homework and watch music videos. Ooh, we got a Roberto Duran card on the back there. Ellis Johnson. Tony McKnight from baseball. This is Brian Ricard. Jason Caffey from Alabama. All right, here's a Roberto Duran. Ooh, 1 of 30,000. It's the Titans. Roberto Duran. That is a fun card. I wonder how many of the 30,000 are still out there. That's pretty cool. Ray, welcome in. We're running 1995. We're in the middle of a box of Tetrad right now. We're going to go all the way through this. $2 a pack. Live down below. All right. Nobody in on that. We're going to go ahead and rip it. I'm going to rip this one, and I'll throw up a giveaway here in a second. For those that are still watching, I appreciate you. We're just going to hang out for a little bit. It's 1995. We got Shaggy on in the background. It is good. All right. Reuben Brown. Jason Thompson. James Stewart. Lauren Meyer. And the last card here. SR Force, Mark Bruner. 1 of 15,000. You know what's really funny? Shaggy's singing voice is not his actual voice. If you've ever heard Shaggy talk, go look that up on YouTube. Look up Shaggy's actual voice. It will shake your world. It's all an act. Nothing is as it seems. All right, another pack of Tetrad. We're going to get through this whole box. 15 seconds, starting at $2. Live down below if you want to rip it for yourself. If you're hanging out on YouTube and you want to hang out on Whatnot, do some purchasing, or get in on the giveaways that we run later, jump on over. All right, before I rip this one, let me put the giveaway up. All right, who's in? Let's see here. Let's do this. We got Manny Ramirez. This is on the stripper glitter, I call it, but it's score 95, Hitters Inc. This is on a giveaway. We'll let that run. Hop in there. Get that giveaway going. Make sure you can see it there. All right, we just ran this one. Let's see what's inside this Tetrad pack. Hop in that giveaway. All right. Ooh, we got a Dennis Rodman card. All right. Mark Fields. Man, Shaggy always had the fine women in his video. Roy Halladay. There's a nice card. I like Roy Halladay a lot. Jamie Jones. I'm not familiar with him. Mario Bennett from basketball. And Dennis Rodman, 1 of 30,000 on the Titans. Dude, that's sweet. Love that. I mean, this 95, this is before Rodman was like super weird. He was just getting a little weird. He's always been a little weird. But it was before he went a little crazy on his Bulls days. All right. I know he was always a little weird, dude. There's some things like there's some great documentaries out there. There's one on him, and I think there's one on Michael Jordan's, obviously, and then there's a couple others I've seen where they cover him and some of the weirdness that was going on back in the day, and he's just some of the stories, dude. Some of the stories. Hop in the giveaway. Got about 2 minutes left on that. All right, let's go here on the Tetrad. $2. Yeah, dude, you can't argue with his skills. In Detroit, like his defense, rebounding, like he was a pest on the court. He was a pest. All right, nobody in on that. Here we go. Kyle Brady, Penn State. I live on the Pennsylvania line, so I'm surrounded by Penn State fans. They're kind of annoying sometimes. But I can't say anything. I'm a Maryland fan. We never win enough for me to brag. Scott Hoviak. Hey, there's Rashawn Salam. That's a decent card in football. He was super fast. George Zidek. And Stoney Case. This is a name I don't remember. Let me see where he played. New Mexico. He's the quarterback for New Mexico. Stoney Case. I don't know that he did anything in the NFL. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. Appalachia Sports Cards, welcome in. Pat Daddy, welcome in. We're ripping stuff from 1995. We're currently working our way through a box of Tetrad. $2 a pack if you want to jump in. There is a chance at an auto. It's not the chance we thought. I did reduce the price based on that. $2. Hey, Rant's taking home the Manny Ramirez. Buddy, you're expanding your baseball collection tonight. Jump in the Tetrad if anybody wants it. All right. Everybody on that? That's it, man. Stripper glitter. So the reason that the whole thing with stripper glitter came up, Topps Series 1 Jumbos had a parallel called sand glitter. And we started, our breakers that I hang out with, started calling it stripper glitter. I'm going to see if I can find one. I think I've got one here. I might not. Not handy anyway. No. That'd be too easy. Stick to the script, Matt. Don't get distracted and off topic. Yeah, I don't have any handy. But the stripper glitters, sand glitter is what they call it in the new set, looks just like that, dude. And I was like, man, that's a score 95 if I've ever seen one. Topps ripping off score. We're trying to make it stick. All the breakers that I know and break with have been calling it stripper glitter. And if you bought the Celebration series, they had a separate one that was confetti that also looks like glitter, but it's a little bigger than the sand glitter. So we call that stripper-fetti. All right. Looks like we got Katarina Witt on the back there. Who do we got here? Luther Ellis in football. Mike Drumright in baseball. Todd Helton. Look at that. If you're on the YouTube side, you can get in on this too. You just got to hop over on a whatnot. You can get in the giveaways and purchases if you want. We'll rip some packs here. Todd Helton. That's great. All right, Kevin Wood. That's not the Wood we want. We want Kerry Wood. It is Kerry Wood. This is an error card. So in this set, if you look on the checklist, which I did link to in the show notes, there is a Kerry Wood error card. Hey, Kev Bob, what's happening? Welcome in, buddy. And they put Kevin Wood on the front, but it's Kerry Wood, who went on to become a major league pitcher. And a cubby. Rancy been hanging out with me. I'm going to throw that one in your pile, buddy. I appreciate you. Katarina Witt on the Titans, 1 of 30,000. Yes, sir. Anytime I can hook a fan up with one of their PC team players, I'm going to try. Katarina Witt. That's kind of cool. I like having the other sports in here. Michael Jackson. You're not alone. On in the background. 1995, baby. Oh, I appreciate your rants. If you're over on the YouTube side, you can jump in on Whatnot. But you can also just hang out on YouTube and watch what we do. Enjoy the packs that are getting ripped. All right, Tetrad, $2 live down below for this pack here. This could be the one that has the auto. Don't know. Let's see if this one will rip nicely. It will not. Man, every pack came with a checklist. I don't know about that. I'm glad I lowered the price on this because it's not what it was advertised as. Basically, you got, oh, that was a good one there. 7 points we could have cashed in. All right. Hey, finally a big name from NFL. Tony Boselli. I think Hall of Famer, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not up on my NFL Hall of Famers, but I believe he is. Chris Roberts. Tyrone Poole. Andy Yount. I wonder if this is Robin Yount's kid. I don't know. It doesn't say. I have to look that up. That might be Robin Yount's kid. Kerry Collins on the SR Force, 1 of 15,000. Kerry Collins went on to have a decent NFL career. All right, so we got Hall of Famer Tony Boselli in that pack. I'm going to put up another giveaway. We got Andy Pettit on the on deck and Ruben Rivera. This is for the Yankee fans, which is not me. So you are welcome to have it. Giveaway is going to be live right now. All right. We got, let's see, 5 more packs of Tetrad. Let's put these up here. $2 if you want to jump in on that. All right, we will rip it ourselves. All right. Oh man, Hootie and the Blowfish in the background. Hold my hand. We'll get rid of the propaganda. We got a Bob Griese on the back. All right, Hugh Douglas. Ben Davis. He was a touted prospect, but I don't know that he had that big of a career. Joe Fontenot. Want you to hold my hand. Jonathan Johnson. Looks like a Savannah Bananas uniform. Is that Seminoles, Florida State? Oh, the fire was for Hootie, not Brian. Bob Griese on the Titans. Look, did he really play with those glasses on? Are you serious? Out here looking like Poindexter. Seriously, man. Did he really play with his glasses on? Did he never get hit? Jeez. I wonder if there was a bounty on knocking those glasses off his face. Did he really play with those glasses on? Hop in the giveaway. 3 minutes left on that. Holy cow. He does. It's Rick Moranis looking. I've never seen such a thing. Holy cow. I want you to hold my hand. All right. I got 4 more packs of this. We're almost through this Tetrad box. Yeah, for real. That's definitely before head comms. $2 on the Tetrad pack if you want to rip it. If you're on the YouTube side and you want to purchase or get in the giveaways, hop on over. If you use my link, it'll give you $15 in free credit. I don't think I mentioned that yet. That's probably a smart thing to mention. I'm new at this. All right, let's get rid of this propaganda. Oh, we got Eric Rhett on the back. Derek Alexander. Dante Powell. You know, I once heard the original drummer for Hootie and the Blowfish, quit the band a month before their single broke, and they got famous. Craziness. Craig Newsom. Jose Cruz Jr. Yeah, he actually was pretty cool about it. I was reading an interview, I think he left to go do some ministry stuff. He was a Christian dude and was going doing some youth ministry or something. I don't know. There was a reason he left. And if you ever know, I guess Hootie and the Blowfish, the way that they broke, I think I forget it. They were played on local radio, and Letterman heard them or something, and one of the late night guys, and just invited him to come on the show, just because he heard him on a college radio station while he was driving through town. It was wild. That's how they broke. Eric Rhett on the SR Force, 15,000. Eric Rhett had an okay NFL career. Not great, not bad, just okay. Rance taking home to Andy Pettit. You get the Yankees whether you want them or not, bud. There you go. Yeah, man, the SR Force cards, each one of them are just clean. I love opening junk wax. And when you see them packed fresh, man. All right. We'll run this one. We got 3 packs of this left. All right. I'm gonna have to put some bookmarks in the live video so that people can skip around to all the different parts. I don't usually have to do that. My videos aren't usually long enough for chapters. Oh, we got a Kareem. Man, if that's the auto, that would be wild. All right, David Vaughn. Mike Barrett. Tony Clark. Not bad for the baseball side of things. Shea Morenz. And this is going to be a Titans. It is. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the Titans card. Yo, that's sweet. Kareem. Yeah, that's such a fun card, dude. Like, I'm not into basketball at all. I've maybe opened like two boxes of basketball on my channel, and like it's one of my most watched videos. So there's a lot of people out there into basketball for sure, but man, I like the old guys. Like, I used to play as a kid. I wasn't any good. I was too fat to run fast. But like I used to drain some threes back in the day on the playground. That was my jam. But when I'm opening up these older guys, like I love the old school game. Like I just watched the Lakers Celtics 30 for 30. Like that was an amazing documentary. Love that. So much cool stuff in that. They just don't play basketball like that anymore. So I don't know. I just love it. And obviously we grew up watching Jordan. You, Mr. Rance, up there in Chicagoland, were you obviously a Jordan fan? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want, look, you can get Michael Jordan in a baseball uniform if you want. All right. And Jordan, man, like I I don't know. I always liked college basketball a lot. So like I always watched the tournament. Um, the Terps won when I was in college. So like, watching the Terps be good, I remember that. Marvel, okay. So I don't do superhero stuff. I know you're into what's the other one? One Piece? Is that your other jam? I haven't done that. Any of that. Now, I do have a box of cartoon cards from the 90s. And I'm going to rip them on the channel one day. Um, but I'm not, it's a secret. I haven't told anybody what it is. But it's a 90s cartoon that I remember watching as a kid. And I found a box in a store in the mall. I was like, oh man, I got to get that. I remember watching that. And I remember watching it because this is going to be a Matt growing up story. I had a friend this is probably like elementary school, probably fourth grade, fifth grade, oh nice, old school X-Men, that'd be sweet, dude. Um, this kid's family had like 6 kids, and he was one of the youngest two, I think. But basically, the parents offered if the kids they put like $100 a kid basically into a pot and said, if you can go a whole year without watching any TV, they would give you $600 a whole year. I just remember and so my friend tried. I mean, he did it, I think he was the only kid that did it out of the 6 kids. Some of them gave up within like a week. And I just remember, like, I remember being at his house and, like, I was like a sleep birthday party, like sleepover thing. I don't remember, but I I remember being at his house and waking up and his mom, like, giving us breakfast and was like, here, you can sit in here. You can watch cartoons while you eat breakfast. And my buddy's sitting in the other room eating his breakfast in a whole different room because he didn't want to watch TV. His mom was like torturing him, like as he's trying to not watch TV for the year. And like she's like, let me watch in the other room. She's like, yeah, you don't have to give it up. But like I thought that was wild. I was like, how are you gonna do that to the kid? All right, $2 on the one of the last 2 Tetrad packs. It is messed up. Like now that I think about it as an adult, like I don't think I realized it back then. $2 on one of the last 2 Tetrad packs, last 2 chances at an autograph. I'm glad we got some of the bigger names out of this so far. I was really hoping to get a Kareem and a Dennis Rodman and a Roberto Duran. We've gotten all 3, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to spoil the last card this time. I'm going to just save the propaganda. I hope start this way. Sean Respert. Don't know him. Another Torii Hunter. Yes, sir. It's always good. Devin Bush. He was very highly touted. I think he was a high draft pick, too. He might have been a first-round draft pick in the NFL. I don't think he was number 1 overall, but he was a first-round draft pick, I think. Torii Hunter there. Devin Bush. Chad Hermanson for baseball. And Senior Force. I keep saying Senior Force. SR Force. Steve McNair. There we go. Air McNair. 15,000. 1 out of 15,000. There we go. That's one for the hometown PC. I loved Steve McNair during his time here in Baltimore. It was very sad with his passing. There's a documentary on that that's pretty good on Netflix. Just kind of going into his career and kind of what he went through. And then obviously does cover his tragic passing. Yeah, it is. It's pretty messed up, man. Like, yeah. Go watch the documentary. It's very good. And some good interviews from his former coaches and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, look, man, I'm more of an opener than a collector. Like, I'm never going to be a guy that has a bunch of binders and everything. But, like, if I see a player I liked, I will hold on to it for a little bit. Sometimes I end up selling them later down the road. But, like, Steve McNair is just one. Like, I've gotten his card a couple times opening these 95 Fleer Ultras. It's just, I don't know if I'm going to keep all of them, but it's just like, it's a memory, right? Like I have memories of watching Steve McNair with my dad, like watching the Ravens, um, and rooting for the Ravens while watching football with my dad. And he was a good dude, like on the field, good in the community while he was here. Like, um, I just like him. All right, last pack of Tetrad. If you want in on it, $2. I'm going to be really upset if there are 0 autos, but it's looking that way. It's looking like you had to cash in the points, which that is not how it's advertised. Rance is going to take this one. Are we ripping or shipping? Rip it. Buddy, I hope there's an autograph in here for you. And if not, you know, say la vie. Hopefully we get you a nice Titans card on the back. All right. Gary Trent, not familiar with. Alexei Morozov, he had a couple of seasons in the NHL. He was a Soviet player that came over. And then he did end up playing in the NHL for a couple of years. Anton Williamson, not familiar with. Matt Morris, he was okay. Nothing crazy. And what do we got here for you on the back? Oh, another B1 Bomber, 1 out of 30,000. Darren Erstad. I think that's a repeat of maybe the one you had before. I'll take a look. If it's a repeat, dude, I'll swap it out with my other one. Actually, it's not a repeat for you. So, we'll send that along. All right, let me get this in your pile, sir. All right, and that is going to do it for the Tetrad. I appreciate folks hanging out. If you're on the YouTube side and you want to hop over to Whatnot, we're going to do more giveaways. We can rip some packs if you want. I'm going to do a Marshall Falk slab here. We kind of missed our 8:30 deadline by a little bit. It took a little bit longer to get through those Tetrads than I thought, but that's all right. We're going to do this one up soon. We'll start that one at $1. So you get a slab, maybe for $1. All right, let me get another Givey up so Rance can add to his collection. Who else is in here? Rance is in here. Somebody else is in here that's... All right. If you are over on the YouTube side and you want to come hang out at Whatnot, totally cool. Just click on the link. Whatnot will give you $15 just for joining up. All right, let me see. Trying to see if I have anybody that played for your teams, and I don't have anybody on there right now, man. I'm gonna give you a choice of which one you want me to put up, buddy. I got a Glavin, I got Robbie Alomar on the Cyber Stats. This has like a refractor or it's like a chrome coating on the background. I've got the Will Clark. It's a Rangers Will Clark. Trevor Hoffman. I do like that a lot. Hey, Frank B. Rippin, welcome in. Scatman, welcome in. I got a Jay Buhner first day issue. This is from Top Stadium Club. Got Jim Leyritz on the Cyber Stats. Basically, what they did at Cyber Stats, Topps took the 94 season, which was shortened because of the strike, and they computer simulated it out based on what they had done so far. So they call it Cyber Stats. Statistics include computer simulated data for the games from August 12th through the scheduled conclusion of the 94 season. Hey, Frank, I'm running everything 95 right now. I might get into some singles in a little bit. I just want to finish out the 95 stuff. I want to run. Are you looking for anything particular for Frank Thomas? I have a few. I mean, I do have an auto. I'm not sure I want to part with it yet. I do have a nice auto, but it's just out of Junk West stuff. I probably have a lot more of like 92, 93, 94 era Frank Thomas, and maybe some out of Topps 99. But I don't have that prepped for this. I'm just running this show right now. And I may run some singles after if you want to check back in a little bit. Owen Wiz, welcome in. I'm going to do Javi Lopez Gold Cup on the giveaway. Everything in the show tonight is from 1995. Let's get that giveaway going. Hop in there. That is live. Javi Lopez. All right. I want to highlight a couple of things I have up in the store. If you are into this, kind of change gears to football for a little bit. I'll go over these. And I'm at the end of this. I'm gonna run this starting at $1 for Marshall Faulk, Touchdown Kings, in a degree slab. I've got a Brett Favre out of Fleer Ultra 95. This is all out of 95. I took advantage of a promotion they had on NFL cards, and I just happen to have a bunch of these. I love these. I love these cards and the way that they look. It's just one of the classic like mid 90s like inserts. And I thought they might grade well. I had not really ever done grading before. I got 8s on a bunch of them, so I got a 9 on one. So it was just like a practice run for me. So I'm just gonna put these up in the store at cost, basically. So these are up in the store for $10 if you want a slab. There's a Brett Favre. I got Emmett. Got Steve Young up there as well. These are the Touchdown Kings. Got Jerry. And I do have a Jerry Rice gold medallion. I love this. I got a 9 on this. I get it. I think degree's pretty tough grading wise from everything that I've read. I can see it. I knew I'd probably get a 9. It just has a little imperfection right here on the edge. And another little tiny one down here. They're just the smallest imperfection. And that gold foil is really difficult. Anyway, so I was not expecting a 10 on this, but I was happy with a 9. And, it is slightly off center. So, like, I mean, you can kind of see it now. It's just slightly to the right. But, yeah, it's just an iconic card for me. Like, Jerry Rice we followed, and I've told this story on my YouTube channel. You can follow me there. Same name, Matt Breaks Wax. I've told the story on my YouTube channel. We were, obviously, my dad grew up Colts fan because they were the team in town. And then when they left in the middle of the night, he swore, he wasn't going to be a fan anymore because they just left town, dude. And so we ended up following Joe Montana. So I grew up a 49ers fan. And at that point, they were good. And they were on NBC on the weekends. It used to be, I think it was NBC or maybe CBS or Fox. I don't remember. But they were on every weekend almost. And because they were good, so they would always get the out of market game. And then we rooted for anybody that was beating up on the NFC East. So we hated the Cowboys, Redskins, and Giants and Eagles. We just hated them. I don't know why. This is how I was raised. And so that's what we rooted for. 49ers and Joe Montana and anybody that was beating up the NFC East. And so we were 49ers fans for a long time. And then Joe eventually went to Kansas City, and we started rooting for Kansas City back then. And then Joe eventually retired. And by that time, the Ravens had come to town, and we started being Ravens fans. And the rest is history. But for a long time growing up, 49ers fans. So I got a soft spot for Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott, those guys. Yeah, man. Look, Cowboys were stacked. I remember we used to have Super Bowl parties as a kid and like just have people over. And like we had part of our family cousins or something that were Bills fans, and just watching them lose 4 Super Bowls. Like, I have a core memory. Hey, $4, welcome in. I have a core memory of uh, that Don Beebe play running down the interception and swatting it out of his hand at the last minute. I remember that happening. I remember like people in my living room jumping up and down yelling go go go. And it was good times. Yep, there's another great documentary if you're into that. All right, who jumped in, who won on that giveaway? That Rance again. All right, Rance. I'm just gonna send my whole collection up to your house, bro. Taking the Javi Lopez. Appreciate you, brother. All right. It's time to run a slab. Rance, you might get a slab for $1, my friend. People keep coming in and out. Marshall Falk, if you're on the YouTube side, you got a minute or two to hop over. If you want to get in on this slab, I'll give you 30 seconds or so to jump in on whatnot. Let me get this loaded up here. Marshall Falk. All right, we're going to start this at $1. I'm going to run it for 30 seconds. Yes, sir. Marshall Falk was the man. Dude, their offense was like out of this world. All right, starting at $1. Counter bid time, 3 seconds if anybody's in on that. T-Baw's up here grinding on this couch. All right. This is for the Marshall Falk, starting it live at $1 down below. Live at $1 on the Marshall Falk slab. This is beautiful. It hasn't even been out of the case. I've got a little came in a cover, and I just have left it in there. Hasn't even been out. They said everything was off on this one, but I don't see it. It's a great looking card. Rance taking it home. Nice one, buddy. And this was a 10-card set, this Touchdown Kings. He had the first card in the 10-card set. Look, I don't know where all the faults are in this one. I think it looks super clean. That's coming your way, buddy. Good take. All right. Hey, Darren MCV, welcome in. All right, if anybody wants any packs, they're up in the store. All right, let's see. Rance, I'm not going to go through the singles again. If there was anybody you wanted to see, just see again, let me know. Ripken, Puckett. I didn't have any of your guys pulled, unfortunately. The cyber stats, I had 2 of them. I had Leyritz and I had Robbie Alomar. And they were both on the giveaway side, so I can run them again. These are fun. I don't know. Which one are you into, buddy? Alomar or Leyritz? All right. I'm gonna run it as a givey. So you can get in on that on the giveaway. I'll give folks a couple minutes to jump in if they want to get any packs. I might rip a few just to get us to 9:30, just for the YouTube folks that are watching. I appreciate you. Thank you for liking, subscribing. If you want to get in on what I'm doing over here on Whatnot, you can join through my link. Whatnot will give you $15 to start. You can watch Robbie Alomar. You can watch TLC grinding back there to red light special. Give you that red light special all through the night. Stromixter, welcome in. Got a giveaway going on. Hop in there for Robbie Alomar. That is running, isn't it? Is it not running? It doesn't look like it ran. Hang on. Start giveaway. There we go. Robbie Alomar up there. This should be running now. You got 5 minutes to hop in there. Yeah, bro. I was a little distracted. Come to my door, take off my clothes, and turn on the red light. Oh, man. This is 2005. I don't want her. She's off topic. We're on 95, man. Giambi up there, with baby face. I don't know anything about Giambi. I'm too white. I was raised on country music, man. My parents listened to nothing but country growing up. But look, I knew TLC. I know Shaggy. I can sing every Montel Jordan song he had on the radio. I tried to be cool back in the day. I'm gonna rip some stuff for myself. If you want to keep hanging out, man. I don't know if you want to see any of those rants. I got more Fleer Ultra football. I can open any of those if you want to see any. I might open a couple here just for the YouTube folks. Some clear. I got Fleer Ultra on the football. I don't know if that was an autocorrect. I think maybe you said Fleer and it autocorrected you. All right, sweet, dude. They actually do have clear cards in here. There's an acetate card, clear card in this. I don't know if the video's posted or not. It might have, but I pulled a Bam Morris acetate card out of this. I got like 4 boxes of this. I got a decent deal on it, and I've really enjoyed opening it. It has all the things you want out of a mid-90s set. Big names, good rookies, and fun inserts. I'm just going to rip some of these for the YouTubers. Now, the only thing that I hate about this here is whatever the glue is that they used, my man, it is everywhere. Look at that. Look how much that just, ugh. So this first card, and sometimes the back card, which sucks because it's the gold medallion, sometimes they get a little glue. That sucks. So this first card usually sucks because it has a big glue stripe down the middle. Now, usually it's not a good player. Sometimes it's a Warren Sapp rookie card, which was one of my first ones I opened here. It really ticked me off. But I got another one later. But most of the time, this is a junk card on the front, so, you know, it's not so bad. Eric Davis from the 49ers. Elijah Alexander. Jimmy Spencer. Oh, there's a Jerry. Jerry base card. Simon Fletcher. That's what's up. Chris Mims. Russell Maryland. We're talking about Cowboys and being stacked. He was a big part of that. Heath Schuler. Second year standout. Troy Drayton. Hey, we got a Brett Favre. Rance taking home Robbie Alomar. Brett Favre there. You can get the slab version for $10 if you want up in the store. And here on our, who is this? Shane Dronette. I do not know that name. But he's got a throwback Broncos uniform on, it looks like. And this is the gold medallion. That's a clean gold medallion. Shane Dronette. Now, it did have a little bit of glue. You can see right there across the top. But on the front, it looks good. I got a bunch of these gold medallions. They are really fun. I'm just trying to see how many I can get. Of all the cards in this set, these are the ones that are most sellable, I guess. Most marketable. So maybe on eBay somebody wants a Shane Dronette for $1. I'm going to sleeve up the Favre. Because people still buy him. Even though he's a piece of trash. Very talented piece of trash, but he's just a poor human being. And who's the other one I had here that I wanted to sleeve up? Oh, I'm sending you the Jerry Rice there, buddy. Unless you want to buy that gold medallion up there. I got you, Bill. There you go. Oh man, I forgot Dan Marino was in this video. I only want to be with you. I don't know how they swung that, dude. How did they get Dan Marino in a video? He must have been on the same show when they were with Letterman. There's a bunch of people in this. I don't know. There's some NBA guys in this. Or maybe college. That's a Charlotte. Yeah, dude, there's Dan Marino. Like, let's see if I can angle this up a little bit. Dan Marino's throwing passes out there. I don't know who the golfers are. This is I don't know how they got Dan Marino in a video. One of the producers had to know somebody. That's how I play golf, man. I hit every body of water. I was out at a golf tournament today for work. I had to do that this morning. I think those were Charlotte Hornets, but I don't reckon that uniform doesn't look like Charlotte Hornets uniform. And Mike Tirico. Oh, they did a whole Sports Center theme on this video. This song was everywhere though, so I guess it's not surprising. Somebody pulled some strings and got some big stars. That's wild. I'm going to rip some more of this 95. I'm going to rip another one of these. There's Dan. Throwing an out route to Hootie. I think Hootie drops it too, if I remember. Yep, there we go. He dropped that sucker. Chris Berman. That is wild. All right, here's another one with the glue. Put my phone back down a little bit. All right. We got Greg Beekert on the glue. Look here, he's got a big old stripe of glue. This is like having gum damage on a baseball card. All right, Dwayne Washington, Lomas Brown, Kyle Brady. We just had his card in those Tetrad, the Penn State card. Tony Martin. There's Marcus Robertson. Herman Moore. He was good back in the day. Steve Bauerline. Oh, here's should be a touchdown Kings. Terrence Mathis. Hot Lana. Sherman Williams. Not Sherwin Williams, the paint store. Ricky Urbans. And our gold medallion is Thomas Everett. I think I have a couple of him. Nothing really big in that pack. All right. I'm going to rip one more pack, buddy, and then I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to rip this minor league right here. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out on the first dual stream. I will do better and get more interactive with you. Try to jump back and forth, but this is my first time, so I'm still getting used to it. If you want to participate in the giveaways or purchases, you can hit my link on the YouTube side and it'll take you over to Whatnot. Whatnot will give you $15 for using my link, and you can spend that with any breaker here on Whatnot. There's lots of guys that do single shows in here. Too Many Cards, Cardboard Goodies. Follow Rance here. He's over on YouTube, so follow his YouTube channel. Two balls are better than one. He's a big supporter of the card community. We've got other breakers. If you need recommendations here on Whatnot for modern cards or single shows or anything like that, just shoot me a message. I will hook you up with some solid people that I trust, and they will treat you right. We got the wannabe TLC up on the screen to finish us out. Brownstone taking us home with If You Love Me. And we're going to rip this pack here of 95 Upper Deck Minor League. And we're going to look for Michael Jordan. I might rip a couple of these just to see if we can get a Michael Jordan here. Archimedes Pazzo on the future stock. This is Cubs top prospect. Ozzie Timmons. These are all going to be prospects, so the names, they may not have made it. Every time I rip a minor league pack, it just reminds me how hard it is to be a baseball player because all these guys try, and very, very few make it through. Mark P. Johnson, Pirates prospect. Never heard of him. Darren Kirkwright. Never heard of him. George Arias. I got two of him. Look at that. I'm hoping for this Jordan. Scott Rolen, that's not a bad one at all. There we go. We'll take Scott Rolen. He's probably the third best player you can get in here. I think you can still get Jeter in these, even though it's a 95. I think you can still get A-Rod maybe in these. If not Jeter, then definitely A-Rod. And then Michael Jordan is the big chase. Jeff Supan, he had a decent major league career. Here we go, Jason Giambi. Athletics top prospect. He did okay. Jason Giambi's probably the fourth or fifth best card in this set. I think Torii Hunter's in here. Todd Hollandsworth. He had a pretty good major league career. And draft class, Ben Grieve. He was their first round draft pick for the A's. He was a very highly touted prospect. He did not pan out to have a big major league career. He did okay. It's very difficult. And on the international flavor, Glenn Williams from Australia. It's the first time I've seen that. Kind of cool. I did not know there was an Australian baseball player. All right, folks. Dang, I really want to try to get a Michael Jordan. I'm ripping one more. Last one. Last pack magic. We got a couple minutes of the Brownstone video left. Wannabe TLC. I really want a Jordan. Let's go. This way. All right. Scott Widger. Never heard of him. Ugeth Urbina. He played in the majors. Matt Luke for the Yankees. Jeff Supan again. Oh, man, we got two booties. Josh Booty. We got two. There we go. Craig Griffey. I always see this card and I always want to look him up and just see whatever happened to Craig Griffey. Andy Larkin. I don't think he's related to Barry Larkin. Just guessing. All right. Scott Romano. And let's see who this one is. Holy crap. There it is, man. Look. Yo. I hope you're watching on YouTube. Michael Jordan scrapbook. Yo. The home run. That's a good way to end the night, brother. That is a good way to end the night. I'm going to take that down. It was not a giveaway. Nice try, buddy. Chad Matola, he was okay when he came up. Jose Herrera on the Puerto Rican flavor, international flavor. Have a great night. Scott Romano to round out the pack. Ending it all with a Michael Jordan. I appreciate you hanging out with me, Rants. And folks on YouTube, anybody else who dropped in, too many cards. Scott, Rosie, anybody else who's hanging out, I appreciate you. And be sure to like and subscribe here and on YouTube. And, keep following what I'm doing. I will have more shows like this scheduled soon. We'll maybe do a little survey on the YouTube channel and see what year we want to do next. And see how it goes from there. I've got... I will do a subscriber celebration, and I'm going to rip a box of 2001 Upper Deck. We'll be looking for Pujols and Ichiro rookies. I'll do the same thing I did with the Tetrad tonight. You'll have a chance to buy the pack before I rip it. Those are a little bit more expensive on the pack side, though. They're closer to $10 a pack just because that is a very expensive box. So... but I want to make sure that people have a chance to buy it if they want it. And maybe you buy a shot and, have a chance at a rookie. And you don't have to buy a whole box. But anyway, and you get to hang out with me. So I appreciate you. Have a good one. I'm going to end the show. And if you're over on the YouTube side, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging. And if you want to join Whatnot and what we're doing over here, you can hit that link and it will give you $15 in credit on Whatnot to use in the next show or use with somebody else. If you need recommendations on who to follow here on Whatnot, shoot me a message and I will give you some great suggestions. People who are safe and who take care of you here on this app. Thanks for hanging out, and we're going to wrap this one up. Have a good one, folks.